Snow White and the Evil Queen. And that's me, I'm Snow White.
Let's dive into the latest Hollywood drama that has everyone talking. Here's the scoop. Brett Cooper, the conservative star from the Daily Wire, has officially taken over the role of Snow White from Rachel Zegler. This casting change has sparked major buzz and, of course, controversy. Social media is buzzing as people pick sides in this heated debate.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937.
The cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated. I'm sure a lot of people will assume it's a love story just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
For the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Rachel Zegler had a unique take on Snow White, aiming to shake things up by ditching Prince Charming. That's right, no prince in this version. She believed it was time for a modern twist where Snow White isn't waiting to be saved by a man. Bold move, right? But not everyone was thrilled. Fans who cherish the traditional fairy tale weren't happy, wanting the classic story they grew up with, prince and all. Imagine expecting that nostalgic happily ever after, only to find the romance completely erased. Many argued, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This major change ruffled feathers, sparking heated debates on whether classics should be rewritten at all. Should beloved fairy tales evolve with the times, or should they stay true to their original magic? Either way, the controversy over Snow White shows no signs of slowing down.
Well, this is the Snow White most of us remember, the classic Disney cartoon. The remake, with the so-called real people in it, apparently will look a little different. A little. That is the underestimate of the century. Look at that. Understatement. For one thing, most of the seven dwarfs are not dwarfs. And that's not the only reason Disney is facing steep backlash today. I want to bring in media buzz a couple of times with different people today. I am so anxious to get your take because you will see the media fallout in this. How's Disney doing?
This is absolutely ludicrous, Harris. I mean, I can't tell whether Disney wants to be increasingly woke and just turn off the many fans who want to go to the movies and have a good time, or it's too dopey to realize you can't have Snow White without the seven dwarfs.
It's a good question. I can't help you answer that. What I can tell you is if they were really going for diversity, what they've done is they've just helped to divide us even further. I don't understand why we have to fight past classics with today's vision of what they should have been back then.
This is a remake of a 1937 movie. Now, you can't have Sleepy and Happy and Grumpy and all the other dwarfs. They were all white in the original movie. Snow White is called white. And Disney tries to make up for it by casting an Hispanic actress as Snow White. And you know, the company's had a long political battle with Ron DeSantis. You might think they would want to lie low a little bit and not spark another woke controversy.
Skin as White as Snow was an example that Raymond Arroyo and I talked about earlier as two people of color on the screen. What, are you going to change the script too? Because when you read that line, you can't say that about the seven dwarves in total now.
You know, I was thinking about it. You can't. I know. I was thinking about it. The biggest moral stain on American history is slavery. Does that mean you can't depict slavery in a movie about that era? Of course not. And yet Disney, by the way, Daily Mail published some photos from the set, which certainly fueled the controversy. And Disney PR came out and said these were fake. Well, they were not fake. They were real. And we have a word for that journalism. It's called lying.
The drama isn't just about the story changes. Fans have more to say about Disney's overhaul of Snow White. First, the casting choice sparked debate. Disney cast a Latina actress as Snow White, which some see as a refreshing step toward diversity. Others, however, argue it drifts too far from the classic character, who is famously described as white as snow. While some embrace the modern update, others feel it strays from the original fairy tale's essence, fueling an ongoing controversy.
Exactly what's going on in Hollywood. Look at the new reboot of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You've seen the set photos that came out. They got rid of the little people and cast taller people. But you don't know the reason why. Apparently, the wildly successful actor, Peter Dinklage, got upset that other little people were getting work, and he thinks the movie's offensive.
Look, take a step back and look at what you're doing there.
Yeah.
You know, That
And-
makes no sense to me.
Well, so
You can be you're progressive in one way, but you're still making that backward story of 7 dwarves living in a cave. What the are you doing, man?
And Disney caved. No more little people. What other movie could shine a better role on little people, let alone cast 7 of them as leads? This could have made 7 unknown actors household names and given them huge careers. Let's look at Snow White's magical friends. You have a black one, a Latina Snow White, a couple of women, they all shatter. Were 7 dwarves not diverse enough for Disney? Think about what's better, Snow White and the 7 dwarves or Snow White and the 6 unemployed dwarves? And why is Disney excluding little people in the name of inclusion?
That you're taking jobs away from people. There's not one voice. So just because that actor doesn't want to do that, and he's been fortunate, he's a great actor. Don't get me wrong. You know, he was an elf and he didn't play an elf, but there is little people out there that play elves, that play leprechauns, that do all that. But it's their choice to say yes or no. But the little people that choose to work in this industry should have that choice for a role, not have someone take it away and be the voice that, oh, you know, we shouldn't do that anymore.
The controversy doesn't stop there. Disney even changed the movie's name from Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs to just Snow White. Why? Because this new version only features 1 dwarf. Fans are scratching their heads, wondering why Disney would keep the title if they're changing so much. It's like ordering a cheeseburger and getting a salad instead. You can almost hear people saying, "Hold up, Disney, what are you doing to our beloved fairy tales?" And that's just the beginning. Many fans believe Disney is trying too hard to be politically correct, stripping away the magic and charm that made Snow White an iconic story. The backlash only grew when lead actress Rachel Zegler criticized the original plot. Not only did she support removing the prince, but she also called the classic romance outdated, even labeling the prince a creepy stalker. That's a bold take, flipping the traditional fairy tale script where the prince saves the day, but not everyone is cheering. Some fans feel these stories are meant to be about fantasy and escapism, so why rewrite them in such a drastic way? The debate is heated, and everyone has an opinion on Disney's bold choices.
It's a Snow White and the Evil Queen. And that's me. I'm Snow White.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is fairest of them all?
Once upon a time.
Brett Cooper is stepping into the role of Snow White under the Daily Wire's banner, and she's not shying away from the controversy. Instead, she's diving headfirst into the debate, strongly defending the classic fairy tale love story. She's pushing back against the modern take that paints the prince as a stalker, a stance that's resonating with many who believe fairy tales should stay true to their roots. Imagine revisiting your favorite childhood movies only to be told that everything you loved about them was wrong. It's jarring, right? Well, the Daily Wire just upped the stakes. They are making their own version of Snow White, starring Cooper herself. Talk about a bold move. This unexpected twist has sparked a wave of excitement and curiosity. Now, the question is, which Snow White will win over audiences? Will it be Rachel Zegler's modern, independent take or Brett Cooper's traditional fairy tale portrayal? The battle for the fairest Snow White of them all is officially on.
Snow White.
On this day, one has come of age. Snow White. She is also your salvation queen.
The evil queen. We have to stop her.
The plot thickens as the Daily Wire unveils its take on Snow White, staying true to the original fairy tale, setting the stage for an epic cinematic showdown with Disney's modernized version. Imagine 2 Snow Whites battling it out for the audience's love. Now that's a movie in itself. Playing it smart, the Daily Wire is banking on nostalgia, appealing to those who miss the magic of classic storytelling. And it seems the rivalry is heating up. Disney even pushed back its Snow White release from 2024 to 2025. Yes, you heard that right. It's not every day that a studio powerhouse like Disney delays a major project. Some speculate they are feeling the pressure, possibly reassessing their creative choices or avoiding a direct box office clash. And boy, has this sparked a fan frenzy. People are picking sides like it's a fairy tale sports showdown. On one hand, There are those who support Disney's bold new direction, arguing it's time to ditch outdated stereotypes and reimagine Snow White as a heroine who doesn't need a prince to save her. On the other, many are rallying behind the Daily Wire's version, craving the timeless romance of a prince sweeping Snow White off her feet. So, what's it going to be? Are you all in for a modern remake, or do you long for that classic fairy tale magic? One thing's for sure, this debate is far from over, and audiences everywhere are eager to see which Snow White will reign supreme. Drop your thoughts below and let us know where you stand in this fairy tale face-off. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to stay updated on all the latest movie news, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Woke Informant, and ring the bell so you never miss out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.